What if I told you that Netflix is about to dominate your February with some of the most gripping series, jaw-dropping documentaries, and blockbuster movies you've been waiting for? From true crime that'll keep you up at night, to returning fan-favorite thrillers that are raising the stakes even higher, and some of last year's biggest theatrical releases finally hitting the platform. Netflix is coming in hot this February. Welcome back to Sin and Commendation, and here's everything dropping on Netflix in February 2026 that you absolutely need to know about. Let's dive in. Kicking off February on the 4th is one of the most haunting true crime documentaries you'll see this year, The Investigation of Lucy Letby.
We need to speak to you. I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder and attempted murder.
The feature-length film is about Lucy Letby, the British neonatal nurse who was found guilty of murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder 7 others under her care at the Countess of Chester Hospital. This 90-minute documentary features never-before-seen police interrogation footage. On the other side, it also features lawyers and medical experts who question the evidence and the legitimacy of the conviction. Letby's case remains one of the most divisive criminal trials in modern British history, and this documentary doesn't shy away from exploring why. The Investigation of Lucy Letby drops on February 4th, only on Netflix.
He wrote a note saying, "I killed them on purpose." No comment.
Kicking off February on the 5th is one of Netflix's most reliable legal dramas, The Lincoln Lawyer, Season 4. After that jaw-dropping cliffhanger Season 3 finale, Mickey Haller is back with Season 4.
Every murder case is like a tree, and it's the prosecutor's job to feed and water that tree.
It picks up right where we left off. Mickey gets pulled over, and when the cops check his trunk, they find the body of his former client, Sam Scales. Framed for murder, Mickey now faces the fight of his life, with the DA's office, the FBI, and ghosts from his past all closing in. The Lincoln Lawyer has quietly become one of Netflix's most consistent hits. It's not flashy or overhyped, it just delivers smart, character-driven legal drama every season. Often called Netflix's answer to Bosch, and honestly, that fits perfectly. If you're already watching, this is must-see TV. And if not, now's the perfect time to binge the first 3 seasons. All 10 episodes drop February 5th, only on Netflix. Then on February 5th, Netflix is bringing us a German spy thriller that's equal parts espionage and marriage drama, Unfamiliar.
Was ich am meisten an dir liebe, ist, dass du nie eine Lüge akzeptierst.
The series follows 2 former spies who've traded bullet-dodging missions for running a covert safe house in Berlin. They thought that they'd left the chaos behind, but when a dangerous threat from their past resurfaces, everything falls apart. Suddenly, they are hunted by assassins, Russian agents, intelligence agency, and their own past mistakes, all while trying to keep their marriage intact. The series blends high-stakes espionage with deeply personal relationship drama. It was filmed entirely on location in Berlin for giving it an authentic, lived-in feel. If you're a fan of spy thrillers with real emotional weight, think The Americans meets Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This one's worth checking out. All 6 episodes drop at once on February 5th, only on Netflix.
Mit dir zusammen zu sein, das bringt aus mir das Hässlichste raus.
Then on February 6th, Netflix drops a hard-hitting Spanish thriller limited series titled Salvador.
Mi hija Milena, cuando era pequeña, decía.
The series follows Salvador Aguirre, an emergency medical technician and father who discovers that his daughter Milena belongs to a radical group that defends racist, violent, and homophobic values. But before he can even process the truth, tragedy strikes. Milena is brutally murdered during a violent night. Now consumed by grief and guilt, Salvador embarks on a relentless search for answers. Who killed his daughter and why? Created by Heitor Gabilondo, the genius behind Patria, and directed by Daniel Calparsoro, Salvador is a hard-hitting social thriller that confronts modern Spain's ideological divisions, extremism, and the painful fractures within families. All 8 episodes drop at once on February 6th, only on Netflix. Netflix is bringing a powerful Polish drama this February 11th, and it's already generating serious buzz. The series is called Lead Children. This 6-episode limited series is inspired by real events that shocked Poland in the 1970s.
One mają klasyczne objawy zatrucia ołowiem, pani profesor. A gdzie nie chorują? Rodzimy się, pracujemy, umieramy. Możesz mi nie pomagać, ale i tak się dowiem, o co chodzi z tymi dziećmi.
It follows Dr. Jolanta Wadowska-Kroll, a young, idealistic doctor who begins to notice something deeply wrong. Children living near the Sopianice steelworks are falling mysteriously ill. What she uncovers is devastating. Mass lead poisoning, caused by years of toxic industrial emissions and a system determined to look the other way. Much like Netflix's release last year, Toxic Town, this is a story about ordinary people standing up to powerful institutions in the fight for truth and justice. And following the global acclaim of last year's Netflix Polish series Huilius, expectations for this one are understandably high. All 6 episodes drop at once on February 11th, only on Netflix.
Czemu pani to robi?
Bo tak trzeba.
Then comes a Korean crime thriller on February 13th that's already generating serious buzz titled The Art of Sarah.
성함이 어떻게 되시죠?
사라킴이요.
A Korean-American woman's ambition leads her to create a fake luxury brand targeting the wealthy elite. She's built an entire empire on lies, luxury, and deception. But when a decomposed body is discovered with her identity, Detective Park Moo-gayong begins investigating, only to find that Sarah has no personal records and has lived under multiple identities. Directed by Kim Jin-min, the mind behind of one of the best Korean romantic drama, Crash Landing on You. If you love twisty Korean thrillers with sharp performances and moral ambiguity, The Art of Sarah should go straight to the top of your watch list.
근데요, 형사님. 아직 다 말씀드린 건 아니라서요.
Netflix's biggest action thriller is back. The Night Agent Season 3 arrives on February 19th.
My name is Peter Sutherland. I'm a night agent. I made a promise to protect people.
Returns as Peter Sutherland, the former low-level FBI agent who's now fully embedded in the secretive night action organization. And this time, his mission takes him across the globe. According to creator Sean Ryan, Season 3 takes viewers on an adrenaline-fueled thrill ride across Istanbul, Mexico City, Washington, D.C., New York, and the Dominican Republic. The series is known for its relentless pacing. Every episode ends on a cliffhanger. So, if you're looking for a show you can binge in one sitting while gripping the edge of your seat, this is it. All 10 episodes drop on February 19th, only on Netflix.
To find the truth.
The wait is almost over. Bridgerton Season 4. Part 2 arrives on February 26th to complete the love story we've all been waiting for.
We begin another season. I should like great gossip.
The social season might look a little different this year.
No. You must begin the proper way.
Dearest gentle reader.
This season adapts Julia Quinn's An Offer from a Gentleman, often considered the most Cinderella-esque story in the Bridgerton series. But what makes it so compelling isn't just the fairy tale romance. It's watching two people from completely different worlds fight for a love that society says shouldn't exist. If you've been holding your breath to watch the finale of this beautiful story, you only have to wait a few more weeks. And based on how Season 4 has been building, Part 2 is going to deliver an emotional knockout. All remaining episodes drop on February 26th, only on Netflix.
Tell him who you are.
Before we move on, there are a few more Netflix originals arriving this February from around the globe that deserve a quick shout out. Let's run through them fast. First up on February 10th is the Italian racing drama Motor Valley. The show follows three lives colliding on and off the racetrack. An heiress desperate to reclaim her family's racing empire hired a young, reckless driver and a troubled coach to compete in the Italian Gran Turismo. If you loved Motocorp, this 6-episode series might just be your next obsession. Then on February 11th, the critically acclaimed Indian crime thriller Kohara returns for Season 2. Season 1's mystery keeps viewers glued to their screens, and the end was an absolute jaw-dropper. It also earned a perfect 100% Rotten Tomatoes score. Now, this new chapter follows a brutal new murder investigation with the same intense, slow-burn storytelling set in rural Punjab. On February 12th, Netflix is bringing the Taiwanese crime thriller Million Follower Detective. It follows a detective who races to unmask Baba the Witch, the viral tarot reader who accurately predicts the death of influencers. It's a wild premise blending social media obsession with serial killer mythology, and over 1 million people online get pulled into the investigation. Also, on February 12th is How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, the new Irish comedy thriller from creator Lisa McGee. It follows 3 lifelong pals who embark on a chaotic quest to solve the mystery of their old friend's suspicious death and keep their own dark secret under wraps. It's got the same sharp dialogue and irreverent humor that made Derry Girls a global hit, but with a darker mystery edge. On February 13th, we have the Turkish romantic drama Museum of Innocence, adapted from Nobel Prize-winning author Orhan Pamuk's best-selling novel. The 9-episode drama is set in 1970s Istanbul and depicts the turbulent relationship between Kemal, the son of a wealthy family, and Fusun, his poor and distant relative. It's a multi-layered narrative of love, obsession, and missed opportunities. Then, a movie on February 13th is Tyler Perry's Joe's College Road Trip. Joe takes BJ on a cross-country college road trip to teach him about the real world, leading to rising tensions and life lessons. It's pure Tyler Perry chaos, raucous, irreverent, and surprisingly heartfelt. On February 20th, there are 2 films worth checking out. The first one is Firebreak, a Spanish psychological thriller starring Belén Cuesta from Money Heist. The film follows Mara, who, after the death of her husband, travels with her daughter and family to a summer house to prepare it for sale. But when her daughter runs into the woods and a wildfire breaks out, Mara must make impossible choices in a race against time. And finally, the Korean romantic drama Pavan arrives February 20th. The film follows 3 young people who have closed off their hearts but slowly find light through one another, ultimately learning to face life and love again. It's a bittersweet story about connection, loneliness, and rediscovering what it means to love. Wait up! The video is not over yet. Netflix is bringing some of last year's biggest theatrical releases to the platform this month. If you missed these in theaters, now's your chance to catch up. First, on February 3rd, Ethan Coen's neo-noir, dark comedy, Honey Don't. The film stars Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, and Chris Evans in a crime thriller set in Bakersfield, California, where small-town private investigator Honey O'Donoghue investigates a series of strange deaths tied to a mysterious church. Then, February 10th brings one of 2025's biggest surprises, the live-action How to Train Your Dragon. Directed by Dean DeBlois, who helmed the original animated trilogy, the film stars Mason Thames as Hiccup, Nico Parker as Astrid, and Gerard Butler reprising his role as Stoic the Vast. It's a faithful, visually spectacular retelling that captures the magic of the original while bringing Vikings and dragons to life in breathtaking live action. On February 27th, Dave Bautista's action thriller Trap House. The film follows an undercover DEA agent and his partner as they embark on a cat-and-mouse game with their own rebellious teenagers who have begun robbing a dangerous cartel using their parents' tactics and top-secret information. And closing out the month on February 28th is Jurassic World Rebirth, the 7th entry in the Jurassic Park franchise. It stars Scarlett Johansson as Zora Bennett, a covert operations expert leading a dangerous mission to extract DNA from 3 massive dinosaurs. The film grossed over $869 million worldwide and became the 6th highest grossing film of 2025, while also earning an Oscar nomination for Best Visual Effects. And that's everything hitting Netflix this February. Now, tell me which title you are more excited for. Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you plan your February watch list, smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching Cine Commendation, and I'll see you in the next one.